Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, your first witness, Mr. Newman.
The hearing that the people are calling Rami Anees. Rami Anees.
Stand over here. Before you sit down, please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Have a seat. You're under oath. Please state and spell your name for me after you sit down.
My first name Rami, R-A-M-I. Last name Anees, A-N-E-E-S.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Newman.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Your name is Rami Anees, correct?
Correct.
All right. And what is your occupation, sir?
Police officer at the City of Warren.
All right. And how long have you been a police officer with the City of Warren?
For almost 2 years now.
2 years now, okay. I want to take you, well, let me ask you this. Prior to being a police officer with the City of Warren, were you a police officer anywhere else prior to that?
I was.
Okay, and where was that?
Hamtramck.
All right. How long were you a police officer with the City of Hamtramck?
But 2 years and 2 months.
All right, okay. Very good. Officer Anees, I want to take you back to around the date of September 29th, September 30th, 2024. Do you recall an incident that occurred involving one of your colleagues, Officer James Burke, that brings you here to court today?
I do.
Okay. And you have testified previously at district court regarding this matter as well, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Officer Anees, back on that particular date, what was your particular job duties with the City of Warren Police Department?
Prior to the incident?
Correct. That day, what was your
Okay.
general job responsibilities?
I was on a call, and then I was just finishing up with a call when I received a dispatch calling out a flock hit. And
All right. Let me stop you right there for just a second, and we'll get back to that. At that time, what shift were you working?
Midnight,
Midnights. Okay. And so, what hours is that midnight shift?
8 p.m. to 8 a.m.
Okay. And that particular shift, were you working as a patrol officer on that particular date?
Yes, sir.
All right. On that particular date, were you working with a partner, another officer?
I was.
Okay. And who was that?
Officer Burrell.
Burrell. Okay. How long had you been partners with Officer Burrell at that time?
I would say for about maybe a month or less.
A month or less. All right. When you work with a partner, was it two of you in the patrol car together, out on patrol in the City of Warren?
Yes.
All right. And when you're on patrol, as part of your duties, are you in uniform just as you are here today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And are you operating like a fully marked police vehicle?
Yes, I was.
Okay. So it has markings on the sides that indicate police, is that correct?
Yes.
And it's got overhead lights on the vehicle, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And there's other emergency lights around the sides and front and back of the vehicle as well, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. On that particular date, when you began your shift, well, typically when you begin your shift, before you go out on to the street on patrol, what do you do at the beginning of your shift?
We inspect our vehicles.
Okay. All right. Even prior to inspecting your vehicle, what do you do usually?
We usually go to our roll call room.
Okay. And what is that?
All officer sits down, we have a conversation about today, and they assign you to a area to work at or patrol at.
Okay. All right. And do you recall, did you have a roll call on that particular date?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall who conducted that roll call on that particular date?
I don't recall specifically, but we usually have supervisors and lieutenant on.
Okay. And there's various supervisors or lieutenants, depending on their schedule, who will be there and kind of run the roll call?
Correct.
Okay. And what is the purpose of roll call?
Discussing new things that happens, things that we're looking for, things happened prior in the day, or that more information to look for regarding incidents in the city.
Okay. All right. So it's kind of like a briefing on what's going on in the city in terms of what crimes are being committed, maybe other situations, people who may need assistance for being out of town or businesses to watch over, things like that?
Correct.
Okay. Do you recall on that particular date all of the items that were briefed to you by whoever that supervisor was?
Some of the items, yes.
Some of the items, okay. All right. And was one of those items about several ATM thefts that had occurred in the city of Warren fairly recently?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall during that briefing who briefed you specifically with regards to that particular matter?
No.
No. Okay. All right. And obviously this was back September 29th of 2024. It was quite a while ago, correct?
Correct.
Almost, not quite 2 years, correct?
Correct.
All right. Okay. All right. So on that date, do you remember what dates were given in terms of when those ATM thefts had occurred?
I don't recall specifically, no.
Okay. Do you recall whether the date of any of those ATM thefts was that day?
I don't recall.
Okay. All right. And do you recall whether there were named suspects already involved with that investigation? Do you recall about that briefing?
That we're checking for ATMs or to make sure that it's attached to businesses and looking around for an ATM theft crew that might be looking to steal ATMs.
Okay. All right. And was there specific information about vehicles or types of vehicles they would use to commit these ATM thefts?
Possibly Durangos and Jeep.
Okay. Durangos and Jeep vehicles?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And so that's just information for you when you go out on patrol to kind of keep in your mind when you're out on patrol, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you can keep an eye on businesses, and if you see suspicious activity, you can investigate. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And on this particular date, after receiving your briefing, well, let me ask you this specifically. Do you recall with certainty that that particular item, the ATM thefts, was briefed on that day and not some other day or in some other way?
It was briefed on in the roll call room.
In the roll call room. Okay. All right. But the question is, are you certain that it was that day that it was briefed?
I'm not sure what do you mean by that day. It was
Like that at that briefing on September 29th, 2024, are you certain that it was briefed on that day?
It was briefed on that day, yes.
Okay. All right. And so after briefing then, what did you do?
Check the cars, inspect it.
Okay. So why do you do that?
To make sure our equipment functioning properly.
Okay. Do you test to make sure your lights and sirens and things of that nature are working properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you do that there at the station before you go out on patrol?
Correct.
When you do that, what type of vehicle were you in on that particular?
Ford SUV.
A Ford SUV?
Correct.
Okay. Is that a Ford Expedition?
I believe it's an Explorer.
Or Explorer, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Explorer? Okay. All right. And you were familiar with that vehicle, obviously, from being on patrol prior to that day, correct?
Correct.
Okay. When you test that particular vehicle, I want to ask you, in testing the lights and sirens and things of that nature, where in the vehicle are the light and siren, the emergency lights and siren controls in the vehicle?
In the center console,
Okay.
by my right leg, basically.
Okay. And so were you the driver of your patrol vehicle on that particular date?
I was the driver.
All right. And so that control panel that you can access the lights and siren you indicated is center console right next to your right leg?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So would you be able to just basically take your right hand, put it beside your leg, and control the lights and sirens?
Yes.
All right. One second, Your Honor. Now, do you always use the same patrol vehicle on every shift?
No.
No. Okay. So have you operated several of the other Ford Explorer police vehicles in your pool of vehicles as well?
Yes.
Okay. And are they all set up the same in terms of how the lights and sirens are operated?
I don't recall specifically.
Okay. The ones that you have operated, though, are they all on the panel that's right beside your leg?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you, I'm going to have marked. Just a second. Just to make sure. I'm going to have marked as people's proposed exhibit number 9. May I approach her?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's being marked as people's proposed exhibit number 9. Okay. Can you tell me what that is that I'm showing to you?
I see a steering wheel, right hand.
A little bit louder.
Steering wheel.
Thank you.
And then a hand.
Okay. Let me start with this. Is this a photograph from the a body-worn camera video? Can you tell?
From the picture.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And this particular still photo, that is not you necessarily in that photo, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But does this photo, can you tell us what is that still photo from the body-worn cam showing in that photo?
Showing the vehicle.
Okay. The inside of the vehicle from what perspective?
I believe an officer's perspective.
Okay. And can you see the steering wheel of the vehicle right in front of that officer?
I can.
Okay. And in this video, can you see to the right a hand in that photograph?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And just for purposes of explaining kind of where this control panel is that hand right where that control panel is located?
Appears to be near the panel.
Okay, right near the panel?
Correct.
Okay, all right. And when, so when you test the lights and sirens before your shift, before going out on patrol, do you and your partner do that together to make sure that they're working properly?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, all right. When, after you've completed, testing and checking out your vehicle. What did you do?
Go out on the road.
You go out on the road, okay. And you indicated your testimony was that you were the driver of the vehicle, correct?
Correct.
And Officer Burrell was seated where in the vehicle?
Front passenger seat.
Okay. And in those particular vehicles, is there some sort of computer system, almost like a laptop that is available for the officers to use?
Yes.
Okay. That laptop or computer generally, where is that located?
Between me and the other officer.
Okay. Is that like kind of mounted in the center dash area of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. And that particular computer that you have access to, are you able to like swivel it or move it from either the driver's side of the vehicle or the passenger side of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. When you go out on patrol then and you are driving, as you are operating the vehicle, are you on the computer while you're operating when you have a partner?
Yes, sometimes. I was on training, so yes, I was operating the computer.
Okay. While you were actually driving and operating the vehicle?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes? Okay. And on this particular date, September 29th, you indicated you did go out on patrol, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. After at some point while you are on patrol, are you involved in various, dispatches to different areas, things of that nature?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall just a period of time, was there a call prior to this incident that you were on at some point?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall where that was?
In the area near Topher and Schoenherr.
Okay, so in the general area of Topher and Schoenherr?
Correct.
Okay, you don't remember the exact area?
No.
Okay. Do you remember the nature of that particular call?
I believe it was a mental health call.
A mental health call?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So was that at a home?
At a home, yeah.
All right. And you had been dispatched to that particular home for that purpose?
Yes.
Okay. When you're at that particular call, had you cleared that call when this incident, I guess, first came to your attention?
I was clearing, I was clearing that call.
Okay. And when you say you were clearing that call, can you describe for the jury what were you doing?
So I was finishing up with the call after finishing talking with the person that we're there to talk to and walking out back to my patrol vehicle.
All right. And when you go back to your patrol vehicle then, did you remain there at the scene for a period of time in your vehicle?
No.
No. Okay. And why not?
Because I received a bolo from dispatch.
Okay. Let me stop you right there. You said a bolo, is it?
Yes, be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout. All right. And when you receive information from dispatch, how do you receive that?
So at the time I heard it over the radio.
Okay. Now, let me ask, do you have, I see you have like a radio on your shoulder here. Did you have that on your shoulder at the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And does dispatch get communicated to you through that radio that's on your shoulder?
Yes.
Okay. Is the dispatches also communicated to you somehow through the vehicle itself?
We have a radio in the vehicle as well.
A radio in the vehicle as well. Okay. So if a bolo is put out and sitting in your vehicle, you would hear it both on your shoulder and in the car?
Correct.
Okay. And do you recall what was the do you recall what the dispatch was for? The bolo.
Yes, of a stolen Jeep.
Okay, all right. So it was a report of a stolen Jeep.
Correct.
Do you remember specifically what kind of Jeep?
It was a black Jeep that was stolen from Sterling Heights, I believe.
Okay,
That
all right.
was-
And, okay, so you said a black Jeep. Do you recall what kind of Jeep?
Not sure exactly.
Not sure? Okay, all right. One second here. Hold on one second. I'm just thinking through this real quick, Your Honor. All right. So when you received the BOLO for the stolen black Jeep vehicle, at some point you also learned it was stolen out of Sterling Heights?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And do you recall exactly where you were when you received that BOLO?
In the area of near the area of Topher and Schoenherr.
Okay. So were you in your vehicle at that time?
Walking towards my vehicle.
You were walking towards your vehicle when you got the BOLO?
Yes.
Okay. When you got the BOLO, did you run to your vehicle at that point?
I would say speed walk.
Okay. All right. You weren't just nonchalantly walking, but you didn't full on sprint to your vehicle, though.
Correct.
Okay. And when you got to the vehicle and got in your vehicle, where was your partner, Officer Burrell, at that point?
Next to me.
Okay. All right. And did he sprint to the vehicle as well?
We were both kind of speed walking.
Okay. All right. And when you got to your vehicle, what did you do?
Headed towards the area of Schoenherr and Topher.
Schoenherr and Topher. Okay. And why did you head to the area of Schoenherr and Topher at that point?
Because of the flock hit that we received.
All right. When you received the flock hit, do you recall exactly? Let me ask you this. Was there more than one flock hit?
I don't recall.
Okay. All right. You recall an initial flock hit at least, though, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm going to show you what's being marked as People's Exhibit 4, which I believe by stipulation we are admitting.
Can I just see it for a second?
All right. I'm going to show you
So you
People's 4, correct.
It's admitted.
Thank you.
And was 9 admitted at this time?
Not yet here. People's Exhibit 4, okay. Does that look familiar to you? Are you familiar with this?
Not really.
Okay, all right. So can you tell me what that is, though?
It appears to be
Is
a
that a-
vehicle
Okay, is that a photograph?
of a picture on flock. Yes.
Okay, a photograph from Flock. Is that the Flock system? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This particular photograph in People's Exhibit number 4, is there a date and timestamp on that photograph?
Yes.
Okay, and what is that?
September 30th, 2024.
Okay, at what time?
04:56 minutes.
Okay, so that would be 4:56 a.m.?
Correct.
Okay, all right. And to your knowledge, is this the flock hit? Was that the time that you received that initial, or around the time that you received that initial BOLO?
I didn't pay attention to the time
Okay,
when
all
I
right.
looked at it.
Okay, but based on this incident, would that be around the time that this whole incident occurred?
About that, yes.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you, do you recall the exact time that you received the BOLO in relationship to when this actual flock hit photograph occurred?
The exact time, I don't
Correct.
recall.
Okay. All right. If you heard the flock hit, would that help to refresh your memory?
If I would, I'm sorry.
If you were able to hear the actual bolo dispatch, would that help to refresh your memory?
Yes.
All right, Your Honor, this is for the record. I'm going to mark all of the dispatch recordings as Exhibit A, and then I'll have each one labeled as 1A, 1B, 1C.
That's fine, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. So I'm going to play for you, and these. We've stipulated to admission of the dispatch videos, I believe, correct? So I would move for admission at this time.
A1 through,
It's 1A through 1K. It's just
oh, okay.
all the series of dispatches at that time.
Exhibit 1, A through K.
Correct.
Got it, sorry. Got that backwards.
We did stipulate to the admission of these, Your Honor. The only thing I'd ask is that as they're being played, that he identify which one we're at.
Absolutely.
I'm sure the dispatch from history will have the time and date on it also.
Okay, you're admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Okay, so I am going to play People's Exhibit 1A.
Here, 10 Mile, Southbound Taylor from 10
Start
Mile.
over, just sorry, the volume was down.
September 30, 2024, 4:56, 37 a.m.
Okay. And what time was that?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more
Sure.
time?
Yep.
September 30, 2024, 4:56, 37 a.m.
Okay. Does that help to refresh your memory as to when you received the bolo?
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right. And so that occurred at 4:56:37. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And I want to again show you People's Exhibit number 4. What time was that photographed?
4:56 a.m.
Okay. All right. So the bolo occurred approximately 37 seconds or so after
Yes,
the actual flock photograph, correct?
correct.
Okay. Now, when you received that initial bolo, you said you indicated that you drove and you were driving still at that point?
Yes,
Okay, you drove towards Topher and Schoenherr, is that correct?
correct.
Okay. And do you know why you went why did you go in that direction specifically?
Because possibly the vehicle was heading towards my way.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to play the remaining portion of the original bolo. Again, this is 1A.
September 30, 2024, 4:56, 37 a.m. You offer a block hit for a stolen vehicle, the Black Jeep Grand Cherokee, Schoenherr and 10 Mile, Southbound Schoenherr from 10 Mile, license plate is 2 Paul Robert Nora 96. Again, on the Black Jeep Cherokee, and you all.
Okay. All right. And so, based on that dispatch, what did you know about where this vehicle was located at least at the time that this dispatch is being given out, and when the flock hit actually occurred?
North of where I was.
North of where you were. Okay. About how far from where you are is that area at 10 Mile and 10 Mile and Schoenherr?
I want to say about about a mile or a little bit more.
Okay. Okay. Maybe a little more than a mile.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Obviously, from where you're at, was the home that you were at on Topher?
Just a little bit south, a couple houses down south of Topher.
On what street? Do you recall?
I don't recall.
Okay. Was it a neighborhood street?
Yes.
Okay. And so, from where you were, obviously you could not see this particular vehicle, correct?
Correct.
From where you were leaving that initial call.
Correct.
Okay. As you drive to Schoenherr and Topher, how fast did you drive?
I don't recall, but I was already in the area by then, so
Okay. All right. Do you recall whether you exceeded the speed limit to get to that area of Topher and Schoenherr?
I don't recall.
Okay. When you went to that particular area, did you activate your lights and sirens at all?
No.
Okay. All right. At that point, you didn't see a vehicle, correct?
Correct.
All right. And so what was the purpose for just going to that area?
Patrolling the area.
Okay. Were you looking for the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. When you got to Topher and Schoenherr, well, did you get to Topher and Schoenherr?
Yes, I was already there.
Okay. After the scene, you got there?
Yes.
Where did you go from there?
I went southbound Schoenherr towards basically 8 Mile.
All right. And why did you go southbound on Schoenherr?
Just looking around for that vehicle.
Okay. All right. And as you are looking around for that vehicle, tell us, if you can describe for the jury, the manner in which you drove when you were looking for that vehicle.
As of like what happened, what I seen.
Correct. How were you driving in terms of speed?
Speed-wise, I wasn't sure, but I was already in the area, so I didn't need the speed, or I was just driving casually and looking around to see possibly I can locate that vehicle that we were looking for.
Okay. And how long do you think it took for you to get from your original call to Topher and Schoenherr?
Not maybe less than a minute.
Okay. All right. And back on that date, when you are responding to this particular bolo for this flock hit, were you familiar or were you aware of any policies of the Warren Police Department involving flock hits, particularly?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell us what was your understanding of the policy in terms of how you are allowed to respond to a flock hit?
Just respond to it with the moderate speed.
With moderate speed, okay. And when you responded to this flock hit, then, is that what you did?
Yes.
Okay. When you get to, well, can you describe for us, at Topher and Schoenherr, do you recall what businesses are there at that intersection? Do you recall, is there a Marathon gas station at that corner?
I don't recall.
You don't recall? Okay. If you saw a video, would that help to refresh your memory?
Maybe.
This is being admitted as Exhibit 2 for the record, pursuant to stipulation.
Objection.
It's admitted.
Thank you. Okay, I just want to. Okay, do you see? Are you able to see the video? I've paused it. That's on the screen, officer.
Yes, I can.
All right. And I just want to ask you to kind of point out a couple of things, all right? This particular video, and may I ask the witness to approach the screen,
Yes.
Your Honor, just to point out a couple of things? Thank you. All right. So are you familiar with this particular area because you patrol that area?
Yes.
Okay. And on this particular date, in this video, can you point to where Schoenherr Road is?
That's Schoenherr right here.
Okay, so going left to right on the photograph, just beyond the Marathon gas station, is that Schoenherr Road?
Left to right, yes.
Left to right, correct. Okay, all right. And do you see what is this item here up at the top right of the photograph?
That's the one over here?
Correct.
That's right.
Sorry, can you see?
That's what, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what is it?
That's right.
Okay, that's a traffic light, red, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and is that an intersection there at that location where that red light is?
That is an intersection, yes.
All right, and can you tell me what road is that that intersects there with Schoenherr?
I can't see a sign, but I believe it'd be Schoenherr.
No, what road intersects with Schoenherr?
Right here?
Yes,
I believe it's Stoker.
that's Topher. Okay. All right. So, all right. Thank you. You can have a seat. Let me ask you. When you come down, you said you came down Topher. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Which direction were you traveling when you came down Topher?
Westbound.
Westbound. All right, and so westbound, would that be from the far area coming down towards Schoenherr?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I'm going to continue with the video, Your Honor. I'll pause it right there. So do you see in the video there are some headlights coming down? Would that be Topher?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that vehicle is traveling westbound on Topher towards Schoenherr, is it?
Appears, yes.
Okay. Do you see a second set of headlights now coming down Topher as well?
Yes.
All right. I'll ask you to kind of keep your attention on that. All right. That vehicle. Okay. Do you recognize that, sir?
Go back a little bit.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Far enough. Sorry. Okay. Do you recognize that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Was that your vehicle?
I believe so.
Okay. Did you arrive at the crash scene a very short period of time after it occurred?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And so that video shows you responding, or let me ask you that. Let me ask you this. At that point in this video, when you see your vehicle coming down Topher, making the turn, at that point, were you aware that there had been a crash at that point?
No.
So what were you doing at that point?
Still looking for the vehicle.
Just looking for the vehicle. Okay. When you made that turn onto Schoenherr, how long before you realized that something had happened up ahead of you?
I would say I'm not sure what's the distance there, but I was driving for a little bit and then finally figured out that there has been a crash.
Okay. All right. And so as you proceed, what direction were you going down Schoenherr then at that point?
Southbound.
Southbound. So as you proceeded southbound down Schoenherr, what did you come upon?
I observed it appeared to be a crash at the time.
Okay. And what did you notice first?
Once I got in closer, I saw one patrol vehicle and one white Durango.
Okay. All right. Do you recall what you noticed first, though?
The patrol vehicle.
Okay. And what did you notice about the patrol vehicle?
It had been in a crash accident.
All right. And what did you notice about the Durango?
Flipped on its side.
All right. Do you recall what side was it flipped onto?
Driver's side.
The driver's side. So was it the driver's side was on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. All right. When you come upon the crash and you see the two vehicles, what did you do?
Officer Burrell called it out and I exited my vehicle at the time.
Okay. When you say you called it out, what do you mean by that?
Over the radio.
Over the
To
radio?
inform other officers in dispatch.
Okay, all right. And was that the initial call about the crash at that point?
I did hear something over the radio about a crash as I got there, and then I immediately exit my patrol vehicle.
Okay. Do you know who that was that you heard over the radio about the crash?
At the time, I wasn't sure, but I just believed to be one of the officers that was involved.
Okay. All right. And so when you, after Burrell calls it out, you exited from your vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And where did you go initially when you get out of your vehicle?
Towards Officer Burke.
Okay. Where was he at when you first initially got out of your vehicle?
By the white Durango.
Okay. Did you go to the patrol vehicle first or the Durango first?
The Durango.
Okay. And when you got over to the Durango, can you describe for me what you saw happening at that point?
I saw Officer Burke, and as I was approaching him, he was telling me to go check on Officer Rodolfo that was in a patrol vehicle.
All right. And did you know at the time Officer Rodolfo to be Officer Burke's partner?
Yes.
Okay. And so when Officer Burke told you to go check on Rodolfo, what did you do?
I went and checked on Rodolfo.
Okay. And where was Officer Rodolfo when you went to check on him?
In the front passenger seat.
All right. And can you describe what it looked like at that point?
Heavy end damage of their patrol vehicle.
I'm sorry.
Front end damage.
Front end damage. Okay. All right. And were you able to see Officer Rodolfo when you first walked up to the vehicle?
No, I had to open the door.
Okay. And did you?
Yes.
And what happened after you opened the door?
I made sure that Officer Rodolfo was still breathing, which he was.
And was he?
Yes.
Okay. Was Officer Rodolfo conscious at that point when you first got to the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what did you hear as you opened the door?
Just Officer Rodolfo's voice.
Okay. And what was he doing?
I would assume breathing heavily.
I'm sorry.
Breathing.
Okay. All right. And what happened after that?
I went back to Officer Burke.
Okay.
Assist Officer Burke.
All right. Can you describe for us before going back over to where Officer Burke was, can you describe what was Officer Rodolfo's condition at that point?
I wasn't sure because Officer Burrell took over, so I couldn't really
Okay.
have a good look.
All right,
Exactly.
I gotcha. Okay. And so then you said you went over to where Officer Burke was again,
Yes.
and that was by the Durango?
Yes.
What side of the Durango was Officer Burke on at that point?
Since it was flipped on the driver's side, he would be near the sunroom.
Okay,
That
like
makes
the
sense.
sunroof?
Sunroof, yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yep, okay. And what was Officer Burke doing at that point?
Assisting to get one of the occupants out of the vehicle.
All right, one of the occupants of the Durango?
Correct.
Okay. And can you describe for the jury what exactly was he doing at that point?
At the time, with Officer Burke, what I observed that he was trying to get one of the occupants of that vehicle, one of the occupants out of the vehicle by pulling him from the sunroom, because that was the best way to get them out of there, and to render aids to them if it was needed.
Okay, all right. And when you approached did you approach Officer Burke then at that point?
I did,
Okay, and why did you go to where Officer Burke was?
because I knew Officer Burrell was by Rodolfo, so I went to assist Officer Burke.
Okay, and what did you do to assist?
I attempted to help him by getting one of the occupants out of the vehicle.
All right. When you attempted to help Officer Burke, what did he do?
At the time, he was in distress at the time, so he needed a minute to breathe and all that stuff while trying to get the person out of the vehicle. And since he was in distress, he pushed me.
He pushed you?
Yes.
Okay. How so?
Like he needed some space to clear out the path, I believe.
Okay. And so he pushed you out of the way of where he was trying to get the individual out of the vehicle?
Correct.
Okay. And after he pushed you, what happened?
I gave him a minute for him to breathe and then clear the area. I believe that what he was doing, and once he got a good hold of the occupants, as he was getting him out of the car, I basically assisted him by holding the occupant's leg and helped him place him on the ground.
Okay. And that particular person that Officer Burke was pulling out, Officer Burke was initially pulling out of the sunroof of the vehicle, you hadn't had any familiarity with that person prior to this case, correct?
No.
Okay. Do you recall, can you describe the person that he pulled out first?
Black male, long dreads.
Okay.
And I don't recall the clothing.
Okay. All right. Was Officer Burke able to eventually pull him out of that vehicle?
Yes,
Okay. And were you there when he did that?
I was.
Okay. What happened after he pulled that individual out of the vehicle?
He checked if the occupant was still breathing, which appeared to be he was. I then went back to the car, to the Durango, and checked if there's any more, which I did see another occupant.
Okay. All right. And that occupant, that second occupant of the Durango, where was that person located within the vehicle?
Front passenger.
Okay. All right. When you got to that individual, when you started, what did you do?
I tried to get him out of the car as well,
Okay.
which I had to cut the seatbelt, then got him out of the car.
All right. So you did cut the seatbelt before being able to start pulling that person out of the car?
Yes.
Okay. And after cutting the seatbelt, what did you do?
I checked render aids, basically.
Okay. Were you able to get that individual out of the vehicle?
Yes.
All right. And can you describe that individual, please?
Black male, bald head. I don't recall clothing.
Okay. All right. Once you got that individual out of the vehicle, what did you do?
Render aids.
Okay. When you say rendered aid, can you describe exactly what you
I
did?
checked for pulse and Didn't feel any pulse, so I started CPR.
All right. And so after you began CPR, tell us what happened. What did you do?
Continue doing CPR until one of the fire department, I'm not sure whether it was Detroit or our fire department, arrived on scene and took over.
Okay. All right. When fire department personnel came and took over, did you remain there at that location?
Yes.
By where they were? Did they begin CPR as well?
Yes, I stood by.
All right. And at any point in time during CPR, as you stood by, do you recall whether that individual, and that was the second individual, the bald-headed individual, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any indication that that person had any signs of life?
His pulse was, I wouldn't say he didn't have pulse at the time. There's
Okay.
another officer that checked for pulse, and he had like pulse, but not like
Like
a
a,
deep
like a
pulse.
faint pulse?
Faint pulse.
Okay.
And so we continued doing CPR.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually, though, was that person transported to the hospital?
The person I was
Correct, the bald-headed individual?
No.
No. Why not?
Unfortunately, I announced him deceased at the time.
Okay. He was determined to be deceased at the scene?
Yes.
Okay. That was determined by the fire department personnel in consultation with a doctor?
Correct.
Okay. And were you present when that occurred?
Yes.
All right. One second here. Okay. As you are throughout this whole process that you've just told us about, on your uniform, are you equipped with a body-worn camera system?
Yes.
Okay, and you were on that particular date?
Yes.
All right. Can you explain for us this body-worn cam? Do you have one on you today?
Not today.
Okay. All right. Can you tell us where does that body-worn camera usually, does it attach to your uniform somehow?
Yes.
Okay. Can you show the jury where that usually would attach to?
It's basically attached right here in the center of my body.
Okay. That like plate there, is that
Yes.
usually what it attaches
Center of
to?
the vest, yes.
Center of the vest. Okay. All right. And how?
Where is the center of the chest area?
Center of
Correct.
the chest area.
Thank you. That particular body-worn camera system, can you tell us generally how does it operate? How does it work?
It operates when you turn on your lights, the emergency lights in the vehicle, or you can tap it twice and then that operates.
Okay. All right. And are there other situations like administration can go back in and look at it and things like that as well?
I believe so, yes.
All right. Okay. When this incident occurred, you indicated you had a body-worn camera. Was it operating at that time?
Yes.
All right. Okay. I want to show you just a portion at this point of your body-worn camera. Okay. Oh, and I'm sorry. Let me see. So I am going to have this, sorry, admitted as People's Exhibit 10, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
It's admitted.
let me ask you first. You see the video that I've placed up on the screen as People's Exhibit number 10?
Yes,
Okay. And do you recognize this, sir?
I do.
Okay. And you've had an opportunity to review this, correct?
Correct.
All right. Is that the video from your body-worn camera on the morning of September 30th, 2024?
Yes.
Okay. It's obviously paused, correct, at this point?
Correct.
All right. That appears to be your body-worn camera?
Yes.
All right. And can you indicate for us what time it is when your body-worn camera begins, according to the timestamp
According to
on
the screen,
video? Correct.
4:59 and 16 seconds.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And you were driving at this point, it appears, correct?
Correct.
All right. Okay. I'm going to show you just a quick snippet of this particular video. Okay, I just showed you that video. Do you recognize that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and can you tell me who is the individual with the hat in the video in the middle of the screen?
Another officer from Warren Police,
Do you know who?
Officer Hopkins.
Hopkins? Okay, all right. And for the record, the individual, is he performing CPR on at that point?
Yes.
All right, and who is, that was which individual? The guy with the dreads or the guy with the bald head?
The bald head.
All right. And off in the distance, you have the individual with the dreadlocks being tended to over here in the up towards the middle of the picture.
The driver, yes.
Okay. All right. I want to bring your attention again, and I'm going to play it again. I'm going to direct your attention to the vehicle itself. Now you can see, I want to ask you, off to the left of the photograph, can you tell me what this is?
The white, it appears to be a white Durango.
The white Durango? Okay. And that's the vehicle that the two individuals were pulled out of the sunroof from?
Yes.
All right. And that vehicle is the one that's on its driver's side, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and I want to direct your attention to the front of the vehicle, the headlight area. Okay. Okay. Were you able to see that, sir?
Yes.
Okay. And can you tell me, was there a yellow blinking light on the headlight?
It was.
Okay. All right. And that would be the blinker for the left side of the vehicle if someone were to turn left. Is that correct?
Possibly.
Okay. All right. Now, after the individual, the second individual that had been pulled out was declared deceased, what did you do after that?
I went back to my patrol vehicle and just hold perimeter.
I'm sorry, you what?
Hold perimeter.
Okay, held
Sorry.
perimeter?
Yes.
Okay, what does that mean?
Just stand by until further notice.
Okay, preserve the scene and stuff, make
Secure the
sure
scene.
there aren't vehicles coming into the scene, things of that nature?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I don't have anything further at the time here.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second to clear out.
Just back to that one. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Morning, officer.
Good morning, sir.
I want to back up a little bit before we get into the meat and potatoes of it. You were an officer in Hamtramck for how long?
2 years and 2 months.
Okay. And when did you attend the police academy?
Back in 22.
Okay. And did part of that training involve operations of emergency vehicles?
Yes.
And is it the vehicle you drive? Is it a normal Ford Explorer that you would be able to buy off the lot?
Without the attachment, yes.
Okay. Does it have any special suspension, engine, anything of that nature?
Not that I know of.
Okay. That you're aware of?
No.
Okay. It's equipped with emergency lights, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Fully marked exterior?
Yes, sir.
All right. When you were a police officer in Hamtramck, how often did you work the night shift?
For almost 2 years.
Okay. And did you were you assigned a certain district in Hamtramck, or were you just to patrol the entire city?
It was 2 square miles, so we just patrolled the whole city.
Okay. And was that your beat generally?
Yes.
And did you become very familiar with that 2 mile square area?
Yes, sir.
You knew which roads were where?
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't have to look on a map to tell where you were supposed to be going?
No, sir.
And it almost became second nature, as if there was a dispatch call that you knew where to go and how to get there.
Yes, sir.
And did you drive your beat during the daytime?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and by beat, I mean district and Hamtramck.
Correct, yes.
And did you find that the traffic was much different during the day than it would be at night?
Yes, sir.
And you were dispatched to emergency calls or to scenes in Hamtramck, correct?
Yes, sir.
Based on the circumstances that you were being dispatched to, would you always activate your emergency lights?
No.
Are there situations where you would not have activated your emergency lights?
Yes, sir.
Would an example of those be as if you were responding to a burglary in progress?
Correct.
And you wouldn't want to alert the people that were committing that burglary of your potential arrival or presence, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, in your time as a law enforcement officer, you've done multiple traffic stops?
Yes, sir.
When you see somebody for speeding or drunk driving or some type of moving violation?
Yes, sir.
When you see that violation occur, do you immediately turn on your emergency lights?
No.
Why not?
I usually run the plate, observe the vehicle, and look it up on my computer. Then I turn on my emergency lights.
Okay. Is the reason that you do that is for officer safety?
Officer safety and learn more about the vehicle.
Okay. Why would you want to learn more about the vehicle?
To check for registration, the registered owner, any other warrants, or if the registered owner possibly endangered to other officers.
Okay. Were you taught that in the academy?
Yes.
Okay. They taught you that before you pull over a vehicle to run the plate, get behind it, and not turn on your emergency lights.
Yes.
So then there's a difference between a emergency call, correct?
Correct.
Let's say it is it's a traffic accident with injuries that comes across the radio. Correct?
Yes.
You're dispatched to.
Yes.
Would you make the decision whether or not to turn on your lights and sirens and respond to that, or would that be something dispatch would tell you to do?
No, that would be me.
And you would make that decision as to the time to turn them on.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, did you work with a partner in Hamtramck?
Sometimes.
A two-person car?
It's sometimes, however, they assigned you.
Now, when this incident happened back on September 30th of 24, you had testified at the preliminary examination, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And we talked about how long you'd actually been at the Warren Police Department at that time?
Correct.
Okay. And you had only been there for 3 months?
Correct.
You were still in field, we say FTO, but we mean field training officer status?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is that status? What is a field training officer status for you as only being there for 3 months?
Still learning about the city, the roads, and other stuff that my training officer would teach me along the way.
Okay. So you're still trying to become familiar with the area?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you've been there for almost 2 years?
Correct.
Okay. Are you assigned to usually the same district? The same
No.
area?
No.
Okay. So you move around the city?
Yes, sir.
Is there one area that you've become more familiar with than the other?
This south and David area, Charlie, and Adam area.
Okay. So the south side of Warren.
Yes, sir.
So it would be safe to say if you get onto the north side of Warren, you might have to start looking at the map a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And the south side, is that the part that's connected, that's borders with Detroit?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where it borders?
8 Mile.
Okay. And at the time of this incident, Officer, who was your FTO?
Burrell.
Burrell was?
Yes, sir.
Was he, do you know how long he's been a Warren police officer?
Not sure, to be honest.
Okay. Is it fair to say that on this date that you weren't 100% familiar with the area that you were operating in?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I think on the video that the prosecutor showed, you actually can see yourself zooming in on the map.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you had to look to see where you were going and directions, correct?
Yes, sir.
So as your, do you specifically have an assigned cruiser?
Yes.
Okay. At the department, you get the same cruiser every time?
Oh, no.
Okay. How does that work?
Once you go to roll call, they'll assign you to different areas and put you in different cars.
Okay. And every cruiser is pretty much set up the same, correct?
Correct.
And when you test the car, you're looking to see if the emergency lights are working, the siren's working, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Making sure that the headlights work, taillights.
Yes, sir.
You're just making sure that the vehicle is in proper operating order,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Because as an officer, you don't want to go out and have a blown out headlight and then make traffic stops for having blown out headlight, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you go out on your, let's talk about your briefing. You've been an officer at Warren now for a while.
Yes,
Is it
sir.
safe to say you've had hundreds of briefings since this one on September 29th of 2024?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you do recall portions of it.
Yes, sir.
Do you get a briefing at roll call every day, every time you go to work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And by every day, I mean every day you work.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you work with the same team as a shift?
It depends on what shift you are, but yes.
Okay. So at this point, when you're reporting to work, you're usually reporting to work with the same people to go work the road that day?
Yes, sir.
I mean, minus vacations and sick time and things of that nature?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you usually assigned to the same partner, or is it random?
Random.
Okay. Can you request to be with a certain person if you want?
You can.
Okay. And does that routinely sometimes happen, that the people that ride together will commonly ride together?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. But if there's a shortage or if there's an issue, they may have to break them up.
Correct.
Okay. Now, on this date of September 29th, 24, what time did you get to work? Not what time you reported to roll call, but what time did you get to the department?
About 7:30
Okay. Why do you do that? So why do you get there if your shift doesn't start until 8?
to change, put my gear on, and test my taser, and then go to roll call.
Okay. You just don't walk in and throw your vest on and pop your radio in and go to work, right?
Correct.
You make sure that all of your equipment's functioning and working properly?
Yes, sir.
You take care in doing that, right?
Yes, sir.
Your life depends on that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, as you're at the briefing on this date, you don't recall who did the briefing?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall who was, I think you testified, you don't recall who the command officers that were there?
I don't 100% recall now.
Okay. And what do I mean by command officers?
By supervisors, a lieutenant.
Okay. Is there just a lieutenant and then the patrol officers, or is there other individuals there?
There's usually a lieutenant, 3 supervisors, and patrol officers,
Do we call, are they titled supervisors or are they sergeants?
sergeants.
Okay, so we understand the hierarchy. We have the patrol officers, we have the sergeants, and then we have the lieutenant that's in charge.
Yes, sir.
Of that shift, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So either of those 4 could give, if there's, however, the sergeants or the lieutenant could give the briefing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And every day you get a briefing, correct?
Correct.
And does some of that information during that briefing, does it become redundant? Do you know what I mean by that?
Repeated?
Correct.
Yes.
All right. And those briefings are usually from detectives or from higher-ups or current investigations that are taking place, correct?
Correct.
There's also officer safety warnings in those briefings.
Yes, sir.
And they'll use the words like extreme caution in
Yes,
those
sir.
briefings. When they say extreme caution, what does that mean to you?
Approach with caution, with safety.
Does that tell you that you should be, if you're dealing with these individuals, that they might be dangerous and that you should use caution in trying to apprehend them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you come into contact with them, correct?
Yes.
Does it also indicate to you that they might be a danger to the community?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, on this day, when you were having this briefing, you testified that you remember talking about ATMs.
Yes, sir.
Right. Is it part of the briefing that these ATMs were breaking and enterings were taking places in early morning hours?
I don't recall what time it happened.
Okay. But it was happening during your shift,
Yes, sir.
correct? So they were asking you to pay special attention to it.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned that they said that this crew was using Dodge Durangos and Jeep Cherokees, correct?
Correct.
Right. So when you hear that in a briefing, does that draw special attention to it for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you're out and you see, or in the area at that time, you see an individual, you see a Dodge Durango or a Jeep Cherokee, you're going to pay particular attention to it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you worked a majority of your career at night?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you able, from your experience, to be able to somewhat tell the difference between vehicles based on their taillights or their headlights as they're approaching?
Yes, sir.
So based on that, you're able to keep an eye out for those types of vehicles. This is a special attention that you're being told as part of your duties, is that these are people and vehicles that you need to be paying special attention to.
Yes, sir.
That's part of the reason that when the Be on the Lookout came out from dispatch, you didn't just casually walk to your car.
No.
You said you sped walked, so you picked it up, basically,
Yes,
because
sir.
you realized that this vehicle from that flock hit that was just put out by dispatch was a vehicle of interest per that briefing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's talk about dispatch, Be on the Lookouts, and flock hits. Okay. Do you know what the flock system is?
Yes, I do.
It's a license plate reader, correct?
Correct.
And that is entered into the license plate reader. Basically reads every car that goes by, but law enforcement can enter in specific plates that they're looking for.
Yes, sir.
And it's based on the license plate, not on necessarily the vehicle.
The license plate, yes.
Okay. But usually you would check to make sure that if you get a flock hit, that the license plate matches the vehicle that the Be on the Lookouts for, correct?
Yes, sir.
So if you see the license plate and it's on a Volkswagen Jetta, then that's an issue, correct?
Yes, sir.
But if it's matching the description that you had and that what you believed you were briefed on, then it's of interest, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, the dispatch that we listened to has it coming out, and I believe it was at 4. Sorry, I got my note in here somewhere. It came out at 4:56 and 37 seconds.
Correct.
Okay. The initial flock hit. Can you hold that one? No. Okay. 4. Now, this flock hit here, this was the one that was the first one that you heard that went out from dispatch radio traffic at 4:56 and 37 seconds, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the time on this picture of the flock hit?
4:56 a.m.
Okay, right on the nose,
Yes, sir.
correct? So the radio transmission that you received was 37 seconds later.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In your cruiser, we saw the computer, and we saw the computer that, what do they call that an MDT? What do you call it?
For the map? Or-
Just in general, what is the computer in your car called?
Oh, just a computer, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you're in the car, let's say you were driving the car at the point in time that you weren't outside the car.
Yes, sir.
Would that flock hit populate on that computer?
Yes.
What would happen?
It would make a noise
To alert you?
to alert me. Yes.
Okay. Does it move the flock, if you have the map open, does it move that, does it put the flock hit in front of it?
Not on my computer. I don't think I have it set like that.
Okay.
But yeah.
But you could set it like that if you wanted to.
Possibly, yes.
Okay. So if the flock hit appears, when a flock hit appears on your computer, does it relay the information of the time of the flock hit?
Yes.
Correct? It relays you this picture of the flock hit, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
It'll also relay you a closer photo of the license plate number, correct?
Correct.
And it'll tell you what that vehicle is wanted for, correct?
Yes.
So when this flock hit hits in the computer system, before dispatch puts it out, it can tell you that it's stolen and what it's wanted for and the circumstances behind it, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At the time you got the call, you heard the dispatch of the flock hit on the radio transmission. You didn't know any of that information except for the fact that a Jeep Grand Cherokee with a bolo with a flock hit was heading southbound.
Correct.
But you still took the urgency to hurry to get to your car.
I did.
Why was that?
Because that could be possibly one of the ATM theft crew that we're looking for.
Okay. And your job is, as a law enforcement officer, is to protect the public, correct?
Correct.
And this is, you were briefed on it. This is importance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you got into the car and you knew, did you know of another flock hit at any point in time?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So when you get the flock hit, you decide you're going to go into the area that this is at, correct?
Yes, sir.
But this flock hit was at 10 Mile and Schoenherr.
Correct.
And you are down at Topher.
Correct.
And that is below 9 Mile, correct?
Yes, sir.
Probably, and it's before 8 Mile.
Correct.
So you're down south by at least, so we've got 10 Mile, 9 Mile, and you're halfway down to 8 Mile.
Correct.
Okay. And this flock hit is hitting above that.
Yes, sir.
So you decide to head towards Schoenherr.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're on Topher. And when you're driving to that intersection of that area, are you looking for this vehicle?
I was.
Okay. You're keeping an eye out for it?
Yes, sir.
Right. And at the point in time, you're not aware of another flock hit that's come, correct?
I wasn't aware, no.
When you approached Schoenherr, why did you turn south?
Possibly might have passed, but I wanted to check south, then go back north.
Okay. So why would you go to the south first?
Just because it might have passed me, just in case.
Okay. Where's the border with Detroit?
8 Mile.
Okay. And where you're turning off of Topher onto Schoenherr, are you heading towards Detroit?
Correct.
And in your experience as an officer at Warren, do individuals usually head towards Detroit?
All the time.
Okay. Now, so you turn to the south.
Yes, sir.
You were not aware that Officer Burke and Rodolfo had already passed Topher and Schoenherr at that point, correct?
Correct.
So down the road, you don't see, when you're turning on to Schoenherr, you may not have seen the vehicle that these officers had seen, correct?
Correct.
Now, when I listened to the video, when you take that corner, when you're turning from Topher on to Schoenherr, do you recall hearing your engine accelerate?
I do.
Why is that?
Just trying to catch up to the area of 8 and Schoenherr.
Okay. So to me, it sounds like you get on the gas.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you activate your emergency
I'm
lights?
sorry, but I'm going to object because it's argumentative.
I said it sounds like he got on it. I can rephrase the question.
Rephrase the question, disregard the last question.
Stating his opinion.
Okay. Disregard the last question and answer. No, consider it. And
I'll rephrase.
Thank you.
When you turned the corner off of Tover onto Schoenherr, did you do anything in particular in regards to your speed?
Yes, I accelerated
Okay. Why did you do that?
because I want to make sure that the car hasn't passed me one towards 8 Mile.
Okay. Did you activate your emergency lights at that point in time?
No,
Why not?
because there's not. I don't see the car yet. There's no emergency for me to turn it on.
Would you also not activate your lights because of alerting others in the area?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And why would that be in regards to trying to find a vehicle?
Once they see our lights, which is very clear for them, they'll dodge us and go through neighborhoods.
Okay. So in an attempt to apprehend a suspect, you're not going, or locate this vehicle and apprehend a suspect, you're not going to activate your emergency lights?
No.
You say it would be necessary in order to attempt to apprehend them, not to?
Not to turn.
Try to locate them, not to turn on your lights?
No, I won't.
You wouldn't do it?
I wouldn't do it.
Okay. At what point, if you were to see this vehicle and it's driving and you're now accelerating and you see the vehicle down the road from you and you recognize the taillights, as we talked about, you guys, because you're night shift, you're able to recognize the taillights. At what point in time would you, let's back that up. You see the vehicle down the road from you. You recognize those taillights. You recognize that it's the flock hit. Are you just going to drive at the speed limit behind it?
Trying to be somewhat behind it and call it out over the radio just to make sure that I have a backup officer somewhere in the area so I'm not by myself.
Okay.
But kind of be at the same speed as them.
Are you going to try to catch up to that vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to try to close that distance?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there's concern because of that distance because 8 miles coming up, correct?
Correct.
And then they'll be into Detroit.
Correct.
So is that the reason you accelerated?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you accelerate and you take the corner and you accelerate, you come upon the accident scene, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you said you had heard dispatch that there was an accident. Somebody had dispatched it. You don't know who.
I heard it over the radio. I wasn't sure what it was, but I just assumed it was.
Okay. When you arrived on the scene, you went and checked. You got out of the car, and then you went and who did you go to first?
The Durango by Officer Burke.
Okay. And when you saw Officer Burke, how long had you known him at that point?
I would say about 2 to 3 months.
As long as you worked at Warren PD?
Yes, sir.
Did your shift usually, I understand that during the field training phase, you work different shifts. You work the day shift and the night shift, correct? Or were you just on nights?
Correct. I started at nights for maybe 2 months, if not more.
Okay, so you were still on your night shift at that point?
Yes, sir.
Were you usually working the same shift as Officer Burke and Officer Rodolfo?
Yes.
Okay. And did you know, so you had interactions with them?
Yes.
Okay. You guys, so when you arrive on scene and you approach Officer Burke, he's attempting to pull somebody out of the vehicle, correct?
Correct.
It appears as if he's trying to render aid.
Yes.
Were you able to make observations of his physical person?
Yes, he was injured and bleeding from his arms.
Okay. And did he seem to be caring about those injuries at that point?
No.
What was he focused on?
On the driver, the occupant of the vehicle.
Okay. Did you recognize that he was injured?
Yes.
Did you attempt to relieve him of what he was doing?
I tried.
When you say you tried, what happened?
He pushed me. He wanted to help him as soon as possible.
Okay. And that's what he was focused on?
Yes, sir.
I believe that your testimony at the prelim is that you said that he wasn't all there.
Correct.
What do you mean by that?
I've seen Officer Burke. I've talked to him. He's cool, calm, cool, chill, and he's very welcoming. And that day when I was trying to talk to him, he's like, it wasn't the same Officer Burke I've talked to before. He was in some sort of distress, shocked, and yeah, just didn't recognize him.
You didn't recognize his mentality and what was happening at that point, correct?
Correct.
Now, when you said that you tried to help him and he pushed you,
Yes.
had he ever pushed you before?
No.
So at that point, when he pushed you, what did he tell you to go do?
Go check on Officer Rodolfo.
And you did that?
I did that, yes.
Okay. And when you came back, was Officer Burke was still attempting to remove the individuals from the vehicle, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you able to assist him at that point?
Once he was able to get his upper torso out of the vehicle, I was able to reach and hold the driver by his feet and then put him on the ground.
Okay. And Officer Burke was then at some point taken away from the scene. Do you recall whether that occurred or not?
He was near the driver. I'm not really sure, but at some point, yes.
After the second individual, after you helped to remove the second individual, that's where your focus was at that point, correct? Okay. The prosecutor kind of touched on a flock hit, and I need to get my glasses because I'm old. You said that a flock hit should be responded to at a moderate speed, correct?
Yes.
Do you, is there a policy from Warren in regards to that you're aware of?
There is a policy, yes.
Okay. Does the policy also say that unless further confirmed information is available that would justify high speeds?
Yes.
So a normal flock hit of, hey, this vehicle might just be on the lookout for an incident would be a moderate speed. But given what you knew in your briefing, knowing what what this vehicle was wanted for, that would be an example of something that should be justify a high speed response, correct?
Correct.
Okay. If you would have been in the area, you were already in the area,
Correct.
so you didn't need to get to you were right down the road from that corner where that flock hit was.
Yes, sir.
So there wasn't any need for you to get on the gas to get there, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And as part of your operation when you're working, do you notice that in Warren around the times that what is the traffic usually like during that hour in the morning?
In the morning? It depends on what time in the morning.
Okay. Well, let's say it's between 3 and 5.
Oh, barely any traffic.
Roads are pretty clear.
Yeah.
The occasional car.
Correct.
Okay. And your can you pull up? I just want the beginning of number 10. You don't need to start it. It's just the video. It is by Warren. Oh. You can just stop it. Okay. So this is your body worn camera that's on your chest, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you're operating the computer in this, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Since you're now off of FTO status, field training officer status, are you assigned to a 2-man car?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. When there's 2 of you, is there a delegation of duties?
Yes, the passenger take care of the computer and the radio, and I drive and focus on the road.
So the common practice is if it's a 2-man car, one of you's working the computer, the other one's focused on the driving.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we talked about the control panel. I need So I'm going to show you what's been admitted as People's Exhibit number 9. It is the body-worn camera of Officer Burke, correct?
Yes, sir.
I don't think that's been admitted yet, but part of it was shown to us.
Did we? Do you want to stipulate to admitting it?
Sure.
Okay.
No
Is it-
objection.
It's admitted.
Okay, thank you. So this is Officer Burke's body cam. A picture from Officer Burke's body cam, correct?
Yes, sir.
And how do you know that?
His name's on there.
Okay. And does it have the date on it?
It does.
And what's the date?
2024, September 30th,
And what is the time?
4:58 a.m. and 58 seconds.
Okay. And as you testify to, does this is the inside of a cruiser, correct?
Correct.
And does it appear that this is the area where the control panel for the lights and the videos would be?
Yes, sir.
Or, I'm sorry,
The
the lights
lights
and
and
sirens?
Yes,
at?
sir.
And that's the area that his hand is at that point in time?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall what time the accident happened?
Around that time, not sure exactly.
So, pretty close to that exact moment, correct?
Correct.
Just 1 second. Nothing further. Thank you, Your Honor.
Redirect.
Thank you. Okay, just some follow-up questions for you, officer.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. You were asked some questions about your training in the police academy, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you went through emergency vehicle operation training. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And when you go through that training, are you ever trained? Or when you do that, do you do on the road training actually, where you're in a vehicle and you're on a course or something like that?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. When you go through that type of training, are you ever trained specifically on how to, in actually get experience operating a vehicle in excess of 110 miles an hour?
At a high speed, yes. I'm not sure specifically what the speed for it.
Okay. You don't remember what speeds you actually trained at, correct?
Correct.
All right. That was quite a while ago, correct?
It was.
Okay. All right. Now, let me ask you this, because you were asked a lot of questions about when you would activate your lights and when you wouldn't.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you always activate your emergency lights if you were traveling triple the speed limit and there is other traffic on the road?
Depends on what we're going for, yes.
Okay. All right. So if you were chasing a murderer that had just happened, would you turn your lights and sirens on?
Yes,
If you're
sir.
going triple the speed limit?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. If you were just responding to a flock hit for a stolen vehicle and you're going triple the speed limit, would you turn your lights and sirens on?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. So you would go triple the speed limit looking for a stolen vehicle.
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered. Just because he doesn't like the answer doesn't mean that he gets to keep the rating.
I'll move on.
Anyway, they're leading to something.
That would be your normal practice? To never turn your lights and sirens on when you are searching for a stolen vehicle?
No.
And it's, as the driver of a patrol vehicle, it's your discretion or decision when to turn lights and sirens on, correct?
Correct.
The location where you were at when you come down Topher and you get to Schoenherr, south, if you turn southbound down Schoenherr, what is the next major road? Is that 8 Mile Road?
8 Mile.
Okay, and that's the border with Detroit, correct?
Correct.
All right. And if you're actually pursuing a vehicle, meaning like you have the vehicle in your sights and you're pursuing that vehicle, there's nothing that prevents you from pursuing that vehicle into Detroit, correct?
If I see in our city, and yes,
Right. Okay, so if you see the vehicle in your city, you can pursue it into another city, correct?
correct.
Okay. And in this case, when you turned onto Schoenherr, you never saw this stolen vehicle, correct?
Never.
Okay. Right. And when you got that original flak hit at was it 4:20 or 37? I'm sorry. The original flak hit. Do you recall, was there a second updated flak hit with an additional location for that flak hit?
Not 100% sure, no.
No? Okay. If you saw the flak hit photographs, would that help to refresh your memory?
Possibly, yeah.
All right. To show you, first, People's Exhibit 5, which I believe is being admitted by stipulation error, and 6.
Yes, both 5 and 6 is correct.
They're admitted.
Thank you. I'll show you first 5. Can you tell me what that is?
Grand Jeep Cherokee.
Okay, that's a flak hit again?
The flock it, yes.
And is that the same vehicle that was the subject of the original flak hit?
Yes.
All right. And what was the time stamp for that particular photograph, that flak hit?
That
Your
one.
Honor, I guess I'm going to object because his previous testimony was he doesn't remember there being a second flak hit. If he is trying to refresh the witness's memory as to whether or not he remembers the second flak hit, then he should be, I understand it's admitted, but he should ask him if it refreshes, not say that that's it.
Can you,
Does that help to refresh your memory as to the second flak hit?
The call out, yes.
Okay. All right. And so do you remember where was the second flak hit that you heard call out, the location of that vehicle?
The second one,
Correct.
an area of the second one, I believe it was an area of Grossback and Schoenherr.
Grossbeck and Schoenherr. Okay. All right. So the first one was at 10 Mile and Schoenherr, and the second one was at Grossbeck and Schoenherr?
Yes.
Okay. Is Grossbeck south of 10 Mile where Grossbeck and Schoenherr intersect?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And do you recall the time that you received the second flak hit of the vehicle being located at Grossbeck and Schoenherr?
The time?
Correct.
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Officer, I want to take you backing up just a little bit before the flak hits and before you went on patrol. When you were having your briefing that particular day, what other incidents or issues were briefed on that particular day?
Other than the ATM theft?
Correct.
Crew? I
Correct.
don't recall.
You don't recall. So that's the only one that you recall.
Yes.
Okay. How often do you get flak hits over dispatch for stolen vehicles?
If it's in our city, they call it out over the radio
Right.
often.
Often?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a common occurrence on almost every shift?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And very often, those vehicles that are called out involve stolen Jeep products or Dodge products, correct?
Correct.
Those are, would you consider those commonly stolen vehicles?
Yes, sir.
Okay. At the time that you received these flock hits, other than it being stolen from Sterling Heights, you didn't have any additional information that this particular vehicle was used in any other crime, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So at the time you received these flock hits, the only information you have that it was stolen and it was out of Sterling Heights. Correct?
Correct, and possibly that was 2 firearms in the vehicle. In the vehicle.
Okay, right. There may be firearms in the vehicle because they were reported stolen with the vehicle,
Yes,
correct?
M&P Shield.
Okay, all right. At some point, did you determine, as you indicated that sometimes when you get these bolos, that information comes to your computer as well?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know, based on, or are you able to look at that computer and see what the date of the theft was?
No.
No. Okay. So you don't even know at that point whether this vehicle was stolen recently or 10 days from then? 10 days earlier?
I don't recall.
Okay. You testified that when you got to Topher and Schoenherr, you did accelerate when you made your turn, correct?
Correct.
And that's common, right? When you come from a stop, you accelerate, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you were still looking, when you made that turn, in your mind, you were still looking to see if you could find that car, correct?
Correct.
That stolen vehicle, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you accelerate to 80 miles per hour immediately?
I don't recall, to be honest.
Did you accelerate to 114 miles per hour immediately?
I don't recall.
Okay. You don't recall if you went 114 miles per hour or not that morning?
I wasn't paying attention to my speed, to be honest, at the time.
Okay. Don't you think it's important to pay attention to your speed?
Yeah.
Okay. Why would it be important to pay attention to your speed?
It's based on the time, the day, and the traffic on the road.
Sure. If there's vehicles traveling in front of you in the same direction, that's something obviously you want to be aware of, correct?
Correct.
Right. And if there's vehicles traveling in the opposite direction towards you, that's something you would want to be aware of, correct?
Correct.
Why?
Know your surroundings.
Okay, right. Your job is to protect and serve, correct?
Correct.
That includes other drivers on the road, is that correct?
Correct.
So would it be important to be aware of other traffic on the road and what your speed is when you're responding looking for a stolen vehicle?
Your objection?
Your Honor, I've let it go for a while, but I'm going to object that he's leading the witness. This is his direct examination, and they need to...
I'll rephrase.
Thank you.
Thank you. When you get information fed to the computer from the flock system, you are able to search a vehicle, not just by a license plate, but by other means as well, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And how else could you search for a vehicle?
By-
Through the flock?
Through the flock?
Correct.
By looking up cameras.
Okay. Right. And those cameras are at various locations throughout the city, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are you able to search for a vehicle based on make and model of the vehicle as well?
Yes.
Okay. When you are pursuing a vehicle, when you're actually in pursuit of a vehicle, you know, like the vehicle is actually in your view and you are pursuing that vehicle. If that vehicle crosses over into Detroit, are you able to call Detroit for assistance as well?
Yes.
Right. That morning, did you ever hear anyone? Well, let me ask you this. Would it be common practice when spotting a stolen vehicle on the road that you would call out on your radio to dispatch that you've located that vehicle?
Your Honor, same objection. He's leading the witness.
I'm asking if that's what he would do. It's not leading.
That's a leading
It is
question.
the leading question. Please rephrase.
Let me ask you, what would you do when you spot a stolen vehicle?
That's parked or driving or...
Would you inform anybody of that?
I would check the vehicle first.
Okay.
Confirm.
Okay. How do you check the vehicle?
Through lane.
Through lien, okay. When you check a vehicle, do you do that through the dispatch?
My computer.
Your computer, okay. Are you able to call it out through dispatch, though?
I could.
Okay. Do you recall on that morning ever hearing any dispatch that vehicle had been located?
I got dismissed from my duties, so I'm not. But later on, I heard of.
Okay, no, that I'm talking about prior to the crash.
Okay.
Okay. Prior to the crash, had you ever heard anyone call out that they had located that vehicle?
I don't recall.
You don't recall? Okay. One second. One second. when responding to a flock hit, what does the policy indicate with regard, the Warren Police policy indicate with regards to when a pursuit is originated from a flock hit?
Pursuit is originated from flock. As a flock. We
Right.
pursued the
What is
vehicle.
the policy?
Word for word, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Would seeing it help to refresh your memory?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. If I may, which page are you looking at?
Oh, it's page 6 of 10.
Thank you.
Moderate speed.
Okay.
Pursuit.
It says that it shall be treated as a moderate speed pursuit. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, there's an additional part of that which you were asked about, correct?
Additional that.
That if there is further confirmed information, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Now, does the policy include like an example, if you will?
What do you mean?
Specifically, does the policy speak to whether a felony hit would somehow justify excessive speed?
I'm not sure.
Okay. If you saw the policy, would that help to refresh your memory?
Possibly, yeah. A mere felony hit without. Yes, a mere felony hit without supporting information shall.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I couldn't read it as fast, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Refresh your memory.
It says a mere felony hit without supporting information shall be governed as a moderate speed pursuit.
Okay. So a felony hit without supporting information. Okay. What supporting information did you have at the time? Well, let me ask you, did you have any supporting information at the time other than this was a stolen vehicle?
Dispatch confirmed it.
Okay. That it was confirmed that it was a stolen vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, right. And a stolen vehicle is a mere felony, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Possession of a stolen gun is a mere felony as well, correct?
Also felony, yes.
Okay. All right. I have nothing further.
Anything based on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Officer, if you get behind a vehicle and turn on your lights and the vehicle flees from you, is that a pursuit?
Yes, sir.
Is you attempting to catch up to a vehicle without your lights on a pursuit?
No.
Okay. So when we talk about pursuit policies, is your understanding that that's once you try to stop and then a pursuit begins?
Once I try to stop and they won't stop, and then they try to flee, then yes, it's a pursuit.
But would you consider trying to catch up to a speeder and you don't have your emergency equipment activated a pursuit?
No.
Now, We talked about the prosecutor asked you about recalling this briefing and not recalling everything else that day, the other parts of that briefing that day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there a reason why that part of the briefing sticks out in your mind?
Yes, because they had several locations in our city, and we were talked about it a couple briefings prior to the day as well.
So it was a reoccurring incident?
Correct.
And is the events of this incident something that you have that was memorable for you?
Yes.
And you remember that connection?
Yes, sir.
Like we talked about, you've had a lot of briefings since that point in time, but this is something that has stuck with you, correct?
Yes, sir.
When you had your briefing, did they use the words extreme caution in regards to these activities of these individuals?
I believe so, yes, sir.
That would raise your level of concern, correct?
100%.
Okay. And the fact that there were weapons in the vehicle, that also raised your concern?
100%.
Now, let's assume what the prosecutor was asking you is that this vehicle was stolen 10 days prior to this flock hit. You still receive that information that there are weapons that were at the time of that vehicle?
Possibly, yes.
Okay. You received information that there were weapons in the vehicle at the time it was taken.
Yes, sir.
Even though time had passed, would that lower your level of concern?
No.
Why not?
Because there might be still weapons in that vehicle, and they're using that vehicle for other crimes.
Okay. You just don't make the assumption that time's passed, so that information's probably old.
Correct.
Okay. Now, we talked about, the prosecutor asked you about when you turn on your lights, when you don't turn on your lights, everything of that nature. Is it safe to say that when you do or do not is based on the totality of the circumstances that you have knowledge of and what's occurring at the time?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Newman?
I just have one question, Your Honor. When you testify that you were aware of this ATM theft ring that was going on and the flock hits for this stolen vehicle, there was no evidence before you that linked that vehicle to that theft ring other than it was a similar make and model, correct?
At the time,
Correct.
all I was looking for the stolen vehicle.
Right. And so any connection to the ATM thefts at that time, would that be an assumption?
If there was other additional crime that was the car used for, I don't recall.
But you've testified that you only knew that it was a stolen vehicle at that point. Did you know of any other crimes at that time?
At the time, no.
Thank you. I don't have anything further.
You all set?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may step down.
Thank you.
It's probably a good time to take a break. We'll resume at 1:30.
All rise for the jury.